everyone, what's up guys? It's Alex again with another video, and I'm very happy today because if you watched yesterday's video, if you haven't watched it, go watch it because that was a big revelation for me. And today I was putting the revelation I had yesterday into practice and into very good practice, as you can see here. So I was green today. Now, if you look at my position summary here, this first one, it's strange. Something went wrong, or at least I wasn't aware what was going on because I didn't buy as many shares as I got filled. In fact, I will show you what was wrong. I was still holding a position from yesterday, which I apparently didn't close, or maybe I had an order that I hadn't canceled. So this is more than it should have been. I know that I was green because I know what I did, but I shouldn't be this green. So this is a wrong indication. But we can see here ACHV. I traded my usual share size. I was very careful. Now, with the momentum that this stock had, I was going in a little bit more aggressive with like 200 shares, and I think I even took 500 shares at some point. But very rarely, and I stuck to just small share numbers to reduce my risk. That was very important to me, and it worked out well for me. In fact, you can see here $158 in profits. In fact, it went up and down a little bit. So I made a good amount and I lost a little bit. I made a good amount, I lost a little bit. So I still need to practice. We're going to look over a couple of trades I did today. Not a lot. I have a list of I think 7 trades at most that I'm going to go over in the video. But other than that, we're just going to look at the numbers because it took a lot of trades, as you can see here. All part of me practicing. Okay, so without further ado, I'm green. That's great news. And now let's see how I got there, right? So let me get this full screen, and I think I got to speed it down to twice, so it's like twice. What is it? Double speed. That's the word. Here you can see the blunder. I still had 7,950 shares from yesterday. Now, yesterday I was playing around with large share numbers. Just to see, like just for fun, really, because it's kind of fun to play around with large share numbers in the simulator. And usually, yesterday, I think I got like 30 or 40,000 US dollars in profits. Of course, that was unrealistic because I was taking like maximum share size on every trade, and I won on more of them, obviously, but I lost on some of them. And if in real life, it would have been completely unrealistic. So anyway, this was just for fun. But when I started today, I did not see this one. I didn't know that I had this open order. Not this open order, this open position. So I was watching the market. This was 929.52, as you can see. I was watching the market for the opening. And I was watching ZSAN, which was the big runner yesterday, Candy Eye, smaller runner, and ACHV, which had news today. Now, the thing is, I want to talk about news a very, very little bit. So yesterday, ZSAN, had good news, and I didn't know because this simulator, the Sterling simulator that I have, does not have the news function. It has it, but it doesn't work yet. So I can't really go into these news in the simulator, and then while I'm trading, I don't have time to check online. But in retrospect, I did check, and this company had just come up with a new pharmaceutical which had passed FDA approval, and it was going to the market, and it was a great new product, and that's why a lot of people bought this. And this news just came out yesterday, so it was like it was a what's it called, a press release, and a lot of people react on press releases of companies that they follow. So it's kind of natural that these things go and even go high. This one went really bonkers. It went, I think, something like almost $3, which was really nice. And then it went slowly, not explosively, but really slowly, which was easy to trade. Anyway, watch yesterday's video if you want to know. Now, today I knew that ACHV also has news, but I did not know which news, so I couldn't really assess which one it was. But it turned out it did a very similar motion as ZSAN yesterday, and it just started climbing and never really stopped. Climbed a little bit, pulled back a little bit. Climbed a little bit, pulled back a little bit. And it always climbed further than it pulled back. pretty much. I think there was not. I mean, we can check the chart in a minute. But anyway, it was climbing slowly but steadily. Really nice to trade. So this is a great opportunity. This was a great opportunity today. Anyway, at first I was trading ZSAN and then later ACHV, as we will see. And here we were watching ZSAN. As you can see, it's just before the market opened, and this is flashing. Right, I'm watching for a possible resumption. So now I'm going to play, and I'm watching for this to bounce, and it is bouncing. So I'm getting in there. I fill 3 buy orders of 200 shares each, and then I only see that I have this huge position. I get very confused, and I was like, this doesn't seem right. And then I start to sell because this was so confusing, and I couldn't really focus on the trade at hand because I really didn't know what was going on here. So eventually I got out prematurely. In reality, if I had watched this chart properly, I would have maybe sold half here as it was resisting, then another half here as it was having some resistance, and then the rest here. Because that's usually what I do. Like I sell in pieces on these runs. If it goes down, I sell everything. If it goes up, I sell every time. Pretty much it goes into some resistance level. I just sell into the resistance, and then if it breaks the resistance, perfect, I sell more into the next resistance. And this is what I would have done here. I mean, in fact, here I did trade it again for another small profit, I believe. We'll have to see that. But we'll have, anyway, I don't really remember now. I think I remember that altogether I was green on these trades with ZSAN, but I didn't really know how much because this. All right. So this being said, being seen, we can now move on to here. Is it? Yes. I was watching ACHV. So here I was watching, and I had, because I was trading this one, I didn't really see this run here, and in this run up, you can see 3 green candles on very high volume. I didn't know where to get in, and then it was going to resistance, and still I wasn't too sure. Here I'm doing another trade. Oh yeah. Now okay. So I was watching this one actually and trying to trade this one while this happened. Otherwise, I would have watched this. Okay, it's going down here, but I would have watched it for another breakout, and I would have gotten in just, seeing this move higher, just about here, I would have gotten in. I would have bought and gone up and then probably sold half up here, seeing that it was going to resistance, or maybe not. Waited out, but I was busy with this one, so I missed this first opportunity. I keep watching it actually. If we just skip a little bit ahead, you can see here I still didn't do a trade. I'm still in ZSAN here, and this was, I think, the one red trade I did, but it ended up being smaller. I think it ended up even still being green at the end. But anyway, I was watching these two right now, and here it was having another pullback with an indecision candle forming. So looking at this indecision candle, volume is still high, so there is a possibility. But okay. It just broke a little bit because you see there's lots of buyers at these levels, and there's these resistance levels which you can see, but they vanish so quickly. It just eats through all these sell walls here. And I missed this one again because I didn't quite know where to get in, and seeing that I was still trading this one, I think I was getting out now at like a tiny profit, or it doesn't matter. I was missing this one. Actually, I should have focused on this one, but that's what happens. You can't have all stocks in your head at the same time. You can't watch them all at the same time. So now I was starting to watch this one, saying, "Oh, this is looking good," but this was already the third pullback, and it's risky. So I'm like, okay, this is not too certain. Let's see how this goes, if it keeps going or if it starts fading, because this is already quite extended. And I'm watching mostly the volume down here because you can see generally the trend is going lower. Volume is lower, so it's a bad time to buy into this as volume is decreasing, because decreasing volume oftentimes also means decreasing price in a standard stock pattern. And this is very standard because it's climbing slowly. It's climbing, pulling back, climbing, pulling back, climbing, pulling back. So with this one, I mean, volume is constantly pretty high here, but now it's falling. So I'm not sure that this is going to happen. But now it's climbing up, and volume, I would watch volume. And here you see volume increasing, and I probably would have gotten in just about here, seeing that volume is increasing again. And now we're going to see me trade this. No, I'm now only now watching this one. Oh my God. And I'm buying into this one, which is a little bit risky, but it does end up working. So I bought just a little bit, and let's watch my position. I sold half here in this resistance, as I mentioned. There's resistance, so I'm like, okay, let me just sell half, lock in some profit, and then see what happens. If it starts falling, I'll sell the rest. If it starts rising, I might add in, and that's eventually what I end up doing. Maybe I can speed it up a little bit. Yeah, just add it here. 150 was 50 before, and now add 100 for 150, and I watch it rising to this level, and see it break. It breaks this one, and I sell half into this breakout, into this resistance, essentially, into this breakout going into resistance. And then I sell the rest because I see this one, okay, it's not breaking this resistance level. And I'm in at $36 on just 100 shares on each trade. So that's a good trade. I'm very happy with this. Now, let me see. That was this one. And yeah, we're gonna see a bad one now. And I'm gonna slow this down. Sorry, to 2. We're gonna see me do a bad trade on this stock here, on this ticker. So I am essentially watching this, and now I'm kind of busy. You see me doing things here, doing things down here. I'm just doing a lot of things. So here I see this one is kind of like, I mean, it's hitting a lot of sellers, but it's always buying them up, and I buy into this. But what was my mistake? What was my mistake on this one? Okay. In fact, yeah, it was true that there were buyers coming in and the sell was constantly being bought up, but it didn't break that level. And here we see volume is kind of like, we're not really sure where it's going. We're not really sure where this volume is going. So this was too early, and then it just starts fading. And I cover my losses, and I lose 19 bucks. You know, it's like almost 50% or almost 60% of my entire profit on this stock today. So it's down quite a bit, but it's because I made this mistake. Now on the second trade, let's see this one at 24. Let's skip ahead a little bit. No, that's too far. So I'm watching it again, and now I'm doing a little bit of a better job. So we have this first red candle, and we see it's now in the second candle, kind of like not really getting anywhere, falling. Volume is also not really doing too well. It's not bad, but it's kind of decreasing. I hope my cursor is not in the way. But you can see volume is decreasing, and it's kind of like struggling around this level. So well, now I bought in. This one I got lucky because I bought in a little bit early, but it did end up going well. Again, given the previous momentum, I just had a good feeling, but this was still too early. I should have waited for this green candle to break up, to break to a new high. And I should have, oh, I already covered, you know, because I got in here and I sold everything here. I should have actually waited for this one to form a little bit better of a flag, or at least to break above a new level. Like here, this is a good place to get into this trade. This would have been a good place, but only chart-wise. Again, okay, it's easier to watch this and think than to talk about it and think at the same time. But now volume is increasing, so this is the sign to get into this again. Now, I don't know if I did. It looks like I didn't. But the point is, these two signals, I mean, these two indicators, essentially the chart itself with the price and then with the EMA levels, the lines you can see here, and volume are enough to make good decisions on the right stocks. And this is what happened. Now, let's close this and go into, look at my trading monitor. Okay, I don't know why this is like that. Oh, this is so annoying. Okay, here we go. You see, I did a lot of trades. The one we just saw was, which level was this at? I closed it already, of course. That's not very smart. But it was, what was it, 20 minutes in, right? So it must have been this one here. 405, 412. Yes. We see later on I buy at 416, 411, and I sell at 22, 15, 23, and 35. So this is going up, and at first it's like looking to go up, and I buy in, but then it's kind of falling. And as it's coming back up, I buy in again to reduce my buy-in price. And then as it breaks higher, I sell. I just sell half of my entire position. You see, I got 500 shares, which is a bit more than I usually buy. But well, anyway, I did it here, and I then sell that as it breaks just a little bit higher. It falls again. I sell another half to cover some of my losses. My buy-in was still at I think it was 413. Yes, my buy-in here was 413. So I was still in the green, although just $2. Well, actually, no, 250 is like $5. And then it starts rising again. I sell here into the resistance, and then I sell as it breaks above the resistance into the next resistance at 35, which is good, right? Okay, it comes back down, and we probably see like this one, bam, and then it's at the 9 EMA level or above that. So I buy in again, and I sell here and sell here. I'm taking quite big positions. 500 shares is more than I should take. Because the problem with that is it skews my selling time. 9 cents here that we have on this trade, 9 cents is okay, but 5 cents is not really worth it. I mean, it still is 5 times 25, 250. You know, it's what is that? 250, 125. It's still $12.50, so it's okay, but it's not really ideal. And here I do a little bit of the similar thing. Did I not do more trades? I guess I did not. And here I scalp again with a smaller buy-in and just a couple of cents. So I'm still practicing. But the important thing is I'm green, and I'm quite consistently green today. And that is what's important. Let me get this. It's not exactly perfectly how I want it. Anyway, yeah, I'm probably gonna keep trading a little bit into the afternoon. But for now, let me finish this video because I think I made my point clear. And the conclusion of all this, of yesterday and today, is really choose your strategy, the strategy you want to learn. Choose it as best you can, but then just practice, stick to this one strategy, and practice. So in order to choose it, you have to try out several strategies, of course. You should try out different strategies to see which one works for you. But once you have found the one that kind of like works for you with whatever information you have at hand, the information being the stocks you watch, the chat room you might be in, and that kind of stuff, and then stick to it and practice. And you can see today I did only scalping, only this one strategy that I chose. What the hell is happening? Holy shit. Sorry. I did only scalping, and I'm in the green. I mean, even though this one is not quite right, I probably made maybe, was it 30, 40, $50 on it? At maximum, I think $40. It was not that big of a scalp. So it's not quite correct. But the point is, altogether, I probably made around $200 in profits. And that was on not really that good trades, as we saw in the video. So I'm going to keep practicing this, and I really believe that if I keep practicing this for another couple of weeks, I'm gonna be sufficiently good at it that I can go back into the real market and try it out. The point in the real market then that I'm gonna have to make, and also in the simulator as I go, is to limit my trades, because I can't continue doing so many trades. I'm gonna suffocate in fees. So I'm gonna have to limit my trades, and hopefully with improved quality of my trades, I can reduce the quantity. So that's it, guys, for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, and maybe subscribe if you haven't yet. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye.